Some of the most painful moments in our lives don't come from enemies. They come from people we trusted, defended, or believed had good hearts. And the hard truth is this: red flags are almost always visible early. We just don't want them to be real. We ignore the discomfort because we're hopeful. We excuse the patterns because we're empathetic. We overlook the chaos because we don't want to lose the person. But certain behaviors must be taken seriously, not because you're paranoid, but because your peace, your self-worth, and your emotional future depend on it. These are 5 red flags you should never ignore, no matter who it comes from. 1. The disappearing responsibility. There are people who collapse the moment accountability enters the room. They avoid responsibility like it burns. Every mistake has an excuse. Every conflict has a villain, and it's never them. They twist the narrative so subtly that you start wondering if you're the one who misunderstood. At first, it feels like harmless defensiveness, but soon you notice a pattern. They dodge every moment that requires maturity. They downplay the damage they cause. They minimize your feelings with phrases like, "You took it the wrong way," or "I didn't mean it like that." And the more they run, the more you carry. Responsibility doesn't disappear. It just transfers. And with these people, it transfers to you. You find yourself explaining more, apologizing more, fixing problems you didn't cause. Meanwhile, they glide through life with a perfectly polished image of being the misunderstood one. The truth: someone who refuses responsibility will eventually rewrite the entire story to make you the problem. And if you stay long enough, you'll start believing it. This red flag is a warning about the future. A future where blame becomes your daily burden. 2. Kindness with conditions. Some people enter your life glowing with warmth. They're generous, thoughtful, attentive, even overly supportive in the beginning. But their kindness comes with invisible strings tied around your choices. Their affection feels strong until the first time you set a boundary. Then, their warmth cools instantly. Their tone shifts. Their replies get short. Their presence fades. Suddenly, you're walking on eggshells, trying not to disappoint them. This isn't kindness. It's control disguised as generosity. Notice how their kindness behaves. Does it stay when you disagree? Does it stay when you say no? Does it stay when you stop giving them what they want? Real kindness is steady. Conditional kindness is a transaction. And you're the currency. These people are only good to you while you're useful. The moment you stop serving their agenda, their affection becomes ice. And that switch, that coldness, is one of the clearest signs that you're dealing with someone who wants obedience, not connection. 3. The pattern of subtle disrespect. Disrespect doesn't always show up as shouting or insults. Sometimes it arrives wrapped in a joke, hidden inside a smirk, or disguised as playful teasing. A small jab at your insecurities, a joke at your expense in front of others. A comment that makes your stomach knot just a little. The first time, you brush it off. The second time, you tell yourself they didn't mean it. The third time, you feel it's not worth starting an argument over something so small. But disrespect, no matter how subtle, is still disrespect. Over time, these microcuts accumulate. Not enough to start a war, but enough to slowly erode your confidence. Enough to make you feel slightly smaller. Enough to make you second-guess your worth. Subtle disrespect is dangerous because it conditions you to accept less. It trains you to tolerate behavior that chips away at your self-esteem, and before long, you adjust your standards downward without realizing it. What you tolerate becomes your normal, and your normal becomes your prison. 4. inconsistency between words and actions. Words are powerful, but actions are louder. Some people speak beautifully. They promise effort, respect, change, honesty. They build emotional fantasies with their language. They say everything that aligns with your hopes, but when it's time to act, their behavior collapses. You're left with empty promises, broken expectations, and a growing sense of confusion. You notice that the things they say sound perfect, yet their actions reveal something completely different. This red flag is subtle because your heart wants to believe the words, but your intuition hears the silence in their actions. And here's the truth: a person who is inconsistent is not confused. They are showing you the gap between who they pretend to be and who they truly are. Consistency is character. Inconsistency is the mask slipping. When someone's actions never match their promises, you are not seeing potential. You are seeing a warning. 5. Emotional chaos. You're expected to manage. Some people live in a constant state of chaos. Emotional breakdowns, crises, instability, unpredictability. There is always something wrong, something dramatic, something heavy. And somehow, you become the one responsible for calming the storm. You reassure them, you comfort them, you fix their problems, you sacrifice your peace to stabilize theirs. But emotional chaos is not the red flag by itself. The danger appears when they expect you to regulate it. When their storms become your responsibility, you begin to shrink. You stop expressing your own feelings because theirs always seem bigger. You stop asking for support because you're always in the role of the rescuer. Your emotional world becomes secondary to their constant needs. People who hand you their chaos will eventually hand you their blame, their frustration, and their consequences too. Your job is not to be someone's emotional oxygen tank. Love is partnership. Chaos is consumption. Red flags aren't signs that others are dangerous. They're signs that you deserve better. They are reminders that your intuition is speaking. Your boundaries are valid. Your peace is sacred. Every time you ignore a red flag, you trade a piece of yourself. But every time you acknowledge one, you reclaim your power. Pay attention to patterns. Pay attention to discomfort. Pay attention to yourself. Your future self will thank you. If this video helped you see things more clearly, take a moment to like the video and subscribe to the channel. We're posting new content every single day about psychology, behavior, and the patterns that shape our lives. Your support helps this community grow, and I'd love to have you here for the next one.